Oh, it's rolling. Okay. All right, guys. So today I'm doing something a little bit different from my usual content. I do a lot of Delta Force, Minecraft, a lot of different games for the phone. But today I'm doing something a little bit different. Today I'm showing you guys my airsoft loadout. First and foremost, I do want to make mention that airsoft isn't illegal, but if you're under 16, you have to be supervised. Doesn't matter where you are, where you're at, you cannot hold the gun out in public if you are unsupervised. It's generally a bad idea to do that anyways, but you can't use it unless it's unless you're supervised. Also, if you're out in public, you gotta be exposing this. I've seen a few things in the past recently too, where people are dumb as hell just going around with their tips off. You can't do that. Public places, you got to keep that on. I know I'm more of a gamer, but I also do a lot of airsofting stuff, and I thought it would be actually a kind of cool time to actually do that, do this, make sure that people are just being aware of what they're doing. There's a lot of airsoft YouTubers out there, but from what I've seen, none of them really take the time to say this, do anything like this. If you guys want to see the entire loadout that I have, um, for gear, everything that I have, please like, subscribe, comment. Every everything helps me out. I'm a small content creator. I have like 8 subscribers at the time of this video, so everything helps. All right, so for this video, I'm going to be explaining this pistol. This is my only pistol. It is probably the worst pistol that you could ever own, but it's all I can afford. I got this for a measly $10, along with the 2 mags that it came with, and then a thing of ammo for it, which I'm running out of. But other than that, pretty good deal. I got it off of Amazon. If you're wondering, yes, you can find airsoft equipment and weapons on Amazon. Um, Honestly, if you're starting out, best place for you to be looking. Don't go to any of these big name sites. It's good. They have good equipment, yeah, because they're a big name site, but it's gonna be very expensive. Amazon, like I said, like 10-20 bucks for this. And you get 2 mags, one of them broke. Not my own thing. This one's lasted me like a year. A lot of equipment doesn't do that. And then I have, like, out of 400 CDs, I have that much left. Pretty good deal. And I've been using I've been using it on one of my rifles too. So, pretty good deal. So, first off, this is on its safety, right? Safety just came undone by me squeezing the trigger. I think it's time for an upgrade. Let's see. Let's see if it'll do it again. Okay, no, it's done. Oh gosh. Now it's loaded. Something I like to do and something that I think is done. I haven't taken actual gun safety. That's why I do airsoft, because it's a lot more forgiving. It's a lot, you don't have to have a license or anything. It's a lot safer. So the reason that I have it on safety is because I don't want to get shot with an airsoft BB without my gear on. If I put it like this and shoot, nah, that's gonna hurt. Wild. The reason why I say this one is specifically is bad, after every shot you have to cock it. I turned my safety off. That being said, I'm pretty good shot with it. I haven't had an issue with aiming with this thing. So that's my pistol. If you guys, I'll probably be doing this in separate videos, so that way I can at least get a little bit more content out there. But I'm gonna be releasing a full video of me going through every single one of my rifles and firing them all. I just have to charge all the batteries because some are bad. All right, next up we have my DMR. A DMR is a designated marksman rifle, or just marksman's rifle. A lot of games don't do the DMR; they just go marksman's rifle (MR). A DMR can literally be a SCAR H battle rifle that you designate for marksman's functions, taking out the whole automatic function and just putting a semi-auto and then like a bolt action. Right? DMRs, basically you can do a lot with, you can do what you want with them. They just have to fit into the power category. Um they have to have like a good range like a sniper, but it doesn't have to be like insanely high like a sniper's. So that's why I use this. This is my Scar Age. Like I said, I'm using a Scar Age battle rifle as my DMR. Now, that being said, I got a scope optic on it on a flip sight. Pretty cool. It's on a hinge. Got my iron sights. I got a silencer. Does this work? No. Does it look good? Yes. And that's all I care about. That's what a lot of airsofters care about. It looks like a cool gun. It's not too crazy. A lot of the times you won't even find airsofters zeroing their weapons. Zeroing is you do all the functions, you make sure that it's perfectly aligned and whatever, like you would with a real gun. But in airsoft, it doesn't matter because it's airsoft. It's not life or death. That being said, I do zero most of my weapons. That's just my preference. I zeroed my laser, that zeroed. Um my optic is zeroed. Most of my optics are zeroed. Yeah. So this is my DMR. It's on a flip scope. It has a laser. It has a silencer that doesn't work, but it's aesthetic. And then, obviously, it has a Stanag mag. If you're wondering how I made the Stanag, it's actually with this grip tape. I use this grip tape because it's all I had lying around. Plus, it blends almost right in. Doesn't look too bad. That's because it's also on there. You didn't notice that. I've been shoving this in the face. You haven't noticed that that's actually tape. From far away, doesn't look doesn't look too bad. Up close, you can see all of like the little things. But hey, it works. So with the mag in, drop the mag. But damn. I eventually do plan to put like a bipod on this. Just for the fact that DMR, you're probably going to be sniping and stuff with it, so you probably want like that. Um, this is so fun to do. If you know, you know, is just doing this over and over again, just little clicks, satisfying. So, back on topic. Squirrel. Like I said, it's zeroed. I do plan to do a little bit more with it. If you guys want to see the progress that I do on this eventually, please like, subscribe, comment. Somebody say pickle. All right. The next gun I'm going to be doing is my SMG slash, I don't know the correct term, LMG. I don't think it was an LMG. I think it was just an SMG. It's a Thompson SMG. Okay. It says SMG, but they were used with barrel mags to turn them into a very, very powerful rifle. So could be anything at that point. So this is it. As you can see, see from the previous thing, there is no Picatinny rails, so I did use a lot of that grip tape on here. That's something I like about doing gunsmithing. You're not breaking any rules when you do stuff like this, right? So I did add a Q hollow optic. I also added some grip tape down here because this wood is very slippery. I will say that wood, probably not the best choice to just have that there, but grip tape. Put that on there. You're not sliding it anywhere anytime soon. Put it here too, so that way I can have it like, I don't know. It just kind of looks cool too. Screw it. It's your gun. Whatever you think looks cool, whatever you think looks nice. If you put like 40 flashlights on it, you're just being a pain in the bum. I knew a guy that put 40 flashlights on his gun at one point, and it bright as the sun in the morning. I also have hand stop here. I covered this piece of wood because there is a piece of wood down here because that blackout just looks nice. And from far away, you're probably not going to see me with this. So it comes with two mags. This was from Timu, I think it was. It's either Timu or Amazon with me. I'm not I'm not sponsored by them. I would like to be. Amazon, if you're watching this. Timu. Again, I'm a small content creator. I'll take whatever I can get. So this is the standard straight mag. Pretty decent. I like it. It kind of fits kind of like this gun when you look at it. It kind of fits it, right? It kind of fits because it's just like now you're like full Black Ops or something, whatever you want to call yourself. You're not Ghost. I can assure you of that. You're probably missing every shot. No judgment. That's a straight mag. Again, it's a Stanag. Don't ask me what that term means. All I know is that they're called that. But then this came broken. But I fixed it because I'm a gunsmith. I do all of my stuff myself. I can almost assure you, you won't see another guy with a Tommy gun tricked out like mine. Maybe. And now we're just being a pain in the bum. Yeah. That's another thing that I do know is a lot of the times they'll say you're not supposed to close one of your eyes when you're aiming down the scope or sights. I feel you can do it if you really need to. I've seen that some people do it and it actually helps their aim. Really depends on the person, actually. And again, all of my guns are on safety right now, so none of them like actually work, and my batteries are dead. So, that is a battery powered. My DMR is a spring action. Actually, let me show you that. Is every time I have to shoot, you get it now. That's why I made it my DMR, just because it'll probably function better that way. Um, we showed the pistol. This is my most expensive rifle, just because I've put like $30-$40 attachments on this. It was worth it. It was worth it. This is my assault rifle, also known as my actual SCAR. This break, you'll see a little gunsmithing in action here. Sometimes attachments will break. We hate that. I think I fixed it. All right. So this is my assault rifle. As a You can call this a coyote sight. It's fine. The actual term is a reflex sight because what it's doing is it has a little thing in here, little glass thing that will reflect a holographic sight picture to your actual sight optic, and then you get the idea. On top of that, that is zeroed. Took me like a day to do because it was my first time zeroing my rifle. It came with 3 different barrels. I'm using the long one. Um, this is a foregrip and then obviously a Sanag. So something I will go into is whenever you're transporting, you need to have the orange tip of it, visually there. So this actually comes off, and I have the orange tip attachment, so I can just slide stuff on. For my other one with the silencer, that whole silencer can unwrap, and then the orange tip is right under there, so I can just put that on. Once I get to wherever I need to go, I can put it in there. Um, but guys, make sure you're using those orange tips whenever you're out in public and transporting, because if you're not, you could get, I believe it's a fine. It's also you could go to court, you could get there's a lot of stuff that could happen. So before you get into airsofting, just make sure you're familiar with the rules and stuff that's there. Um, like I said, I can only shoot like one of my rifles. So if you guys want to see more of this content, see maybe me do a match or something, please like, subscribe. See ya.